Hi, I'm Ella, the founder of Delicious Ella, and I am cooking with Simprove today. We're going to be making a delicious roasted sweet potato and butter bean stew with roast cauliflower, spinach, cinnamon, coconut milk. It's full of flavour, but it's super easy, and the other thing is that it is full of amazing plant-based fibre, which is so beneficial for your gut. It's the perfect weeknight supper, so easy, and you can big batch cook it too. So the first thing that we need to do is chop our sweet potato. You want to just have it in bite-sized pieces because we're going to roast it for kind of 20 minutes to half an hour. And then we're going to roast it with cinnamon and salt and olive oil. We're going to add the cauliflower right at the end. And roasting it like this just gives it a little bit more flavour than when you cook it actually in the stew itself. So then you just want to do a drizzle of olive oil. And then a nice sprinkling of salt. And a little bit of cinnamon. I love sweet potatoes with cinnamon. It just gives so much flavour. And then you just want to give those a shake or a stir. And then we're going to pop them in the oven, as I said, for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. The next thing that we're going to do is chop our cauliflower. We're going to add that to the sweet potato just for the last kind of 10 minutes or so of the sweet potato cooking, just because the cauliflower cooks a lot quicker and you don't want it kind of completely disintegrating into the stew. So we're not going to be using the leaves in this stew today, but you can keep them. You can roast them kind of like kale chips if you've ever made kale chips before, with just olive oil, salt and pepper in the oven, which is delicious. So you can just pop them to one side for another day, another moment. And then we're just going to chop our cauliflower into kind of, again, bite-sized florets. Don't need to be kind of overly precious or worry about the size, but just so that they roughly cook evenly. Once we pop our cauliflower in the oven with sweet potatoes, we'll start cooking the garlic and onions, let those sweat, let those soften, and that's going to form the basis of our stew. Once your onions are nice and soft, we're going to add our spices. So we're going to add our cumin first. You want about a teaspoon or so of each spice. Then we're going to add our paprika. Ground coriander, and then a pinch of chili flakes as well. If you don't like things spicy, you can leave that out. Then stir it all up. We're just going to let the spices toast for kind of 30 seconds or so. And then once you've got that, you want to add your roast cauliflower and sweet potato. So we let the cauliflower and sweet potato cook with the onion and garlic and spices for kind of 5 minutes or so, just stirring it up, and that way they keep toasting, keep getting to a great texture, but they also absorb all those flavours together with the cinnamon that we already roasted them with. So now we're just going to add the base of the stew in terms of the liquid. So we've got 1 tin of coconut milk, and then 1 tin of chopped tomatoes as well. And then we're going to add a little cider vinegar and just a splash of maple to balance all the flavours. So then we just add a tin of drained and rinsed butter beans. Stir those through. So then the last step is just to wilt in our spinach. So that's just going to take like a minute or two, but just add kind of a really big handful or so to the top, and then just gently stir it through, and it will wilt down, and then that gives the dish a really nice colour. So there we go. So as you can see, it's so easy to do. It smells delicious, and I'm just going to plate it up. So I've just cooked some really plain, simple brown rice to do it with, but you could do this, it would be delicious with quinoa or a salad or guacamole, kind of works with anything. And as I said at the beginning, it also is perfect batch cooking because you can see how easy it is, and you can make double the amount, have it for dinner tonight, and then pop the rest in the freezer, or have it later on in the week when you're a bit short on time. And then I'm going to serve it today just with a little bit of coconut yogurt as well. I like that creaminess. Okay, so there we go. You can see it is so easy to do, and you've got this big batch of a warming, delicious, full of veggie, full of good stuff, but full of flavour dinner. So hopefully you guys are going to absolutely love the recipe. If you do make it, please do let us know. I would absolutely love to hear about it.